Hello everyone, we've got an integration question here, and although this is on an A2 paper, actually I believe it could be suitable for AS as well. So it says figure 2 shows sketch of part of a curve C with the equation y is equal to x cubed minus 10x squared and 27x minus 23. The point P, 5 minus 23, lies on C. The line L is a tangent to C at P. Use differentiation to find an equation of L giving your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay, so first of all, we need to differentiate our cubic equation. So let's do that to start off with. Okay, so there's our y equation. So when we differentiate, our dy by dx is going to be 3x squared minus 20x plus 27. Okay, so we've differentiated our equation there. Now we need to find, in order to find the equation of a line, we need two things. We need a gradient and we need a point on the line. We've got a point already. We're told that 5 minus 13 is a point on the line, but we need a gradient, and in order to do that we need to sub in the x coordinate into our gradient function, into our dy by dx. So we're going to have 3 times by 5 squared minus 20 times by 5 add 27, which when we work that out is going to give us 2. Okay, so that whole thing works out to be 2. So now we're in a position to find the equation of the tangent, the equation of L. So therefore we're going to say, let's use y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. I'm going to sub in our gradient and we're going to sub in our point, this point here. So we're going to say that y minus 13 is equal to 2 times by x minus 5, like that. So when we rearrange that, we're going to get y plus 13 equals 2x minus 10. We're going to take 13 off both sides. So we're going to get that y is equal to 2x minus 23. And that's our equation for part A. And that's a really nice 4 marks there. Now, hence verify that the line L meets C again on the y-axis, 1 mark. Okay. So what can we say? Well, actually, it's only 1 mark, so there's probably not necessarily any further calculation required. At the y-axis, the thing to note is that x equals 0. Okay, so in this equation here, when x is equal to 0, the line is going to go through the point 0 minus 23. Okay, so that is the line. And the curve, when we have x equals 0 in the cubic, we're going to have like 0 cubed minus 10 times by 0 plus 27 times by 0 minus 23. Okay, so the curve also goes through the point 0 minus 23, and that would be sufficient, I think, just to show. I should probably write, to be super crystal clear, that 2 times by 0 minus 23. Okay, so that's for the line, and we can see that the point 0 minus 23 satisfies both the line and the curve when x equals 0. So that would be fine just for 1 mark. Now the last bit for 4 marks, it says the finite region R shown shaded in figure 2 is bound by the curve C and the line L. Use algebraic integration to find the exact area of R. Now when I've looked at this question with students, it does rather confuse people, because that region R, it's like kind of bound by the line and the curve, but it's not kind of, you know, touching the axes. So that really throws people about how on earth are they going to find out the region R? Well, the answer to that question is, if we integrate the curve, oh my goodness, what is that? Let's start again. That was meant to be my coordinate axes, that was. Okay, so let's, if we have our curve here, and there it is, like that. Now, if we integrate in between 0 and 5, what we're going to get is, if we integrate the curve between 0 and 5, we're going to get this area here. Okay, and then the reason why that's going to be super useful to us is because, oh dear, that's meant to go through that point there, is because, let's carry that on. If we then find the area of that trapezium, or trapezoid if you're in America, so if we find the area of that trapezium and then we subtract from it the area that we found by integrating the curve, then what we're going to be left with is this region here, R. So that's going to be our way forward, okay? So first of all, let's do that. Let's just integrate the curve in between the limits of 0 and 5. Okay. So let's integrate our curve then. So the integral between 0 and 5 of x cubed minus 10x squared plus 27x minus 23 dx. So we're going to integrate that. So that's going to go to x to the 4th over 4th minus 10 over 3x cubed plus 27x squared over 2 minus 23x. And that whole thing is going to be between 5 and 0. Okay, now just to save our time, when you put that into your calculator, that gives you 455 over 12. Okay, so that's the area that we should be getting for this shaded area here under the curve. Now we need to just find the area of our trapezium. So what can we say? Well, the area of the trapezium, we know that this is 13 here, this side. We know that this side here is 23 because that's the y-intercept. And we know that this distance here is 5. So with all that information, we can say that the area of a trapezium is half a add b times by h. So in this case, that's going to be a half times by 13 add 23 times by 5. Excuse me, let's see what that's going to give us. So if we turn on the calculator, so we're going to have 13, oops, is it turned on? Yes, okay. 13 add 23 divided by 2, oh, syntax error. 13 add 23 divided by 2 is equal to that, times that by 5, and that is 90. Okay, so that is 90 is the area of our trapezium. So therefore, the area R that we're after is 90 trapezium minus our 455 over 12, which is 625 over 12 units squared. And that is our answer for that last bit there. Now, of course, there are other ways that you could do that. You could also do that by taking away the equation from the line and the curve. But it's a little bit confusing knowing which one to take away from which, being as everything's underneath the curve. So yeah, that's how I would do that. The only thing I would say is that just be careful with when we're integrating the fact that if you get a negative answer for the area underneath the curve, you're just going to ignore the fact that it's negative and just take the positive value of 455 over 12. So just be aware of that. Okay, I hope you're finding these videos helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.